Oh, yes. What we won't give you. I mean, grits and balls, sure. We're not giving you a practice breakdown. Tell you that much. So let's get to work today. We're going to do some college football at 3.
The Gibbs looks scintillating out
Oh,
there.
the Giants got up off the mat today. What does that even mean? We'll get to college football at 3. Rico, I just can't. I can't with
Hey, man, you know what? Hey, this people are excited about this team.
And I'm excited.
They are excited. So they're taking every little thing and multiplying.
Did J-Mo show up for work today?
He did.
Did he work hard? That's
he,
all I ask.
He worked so hard, Mike. He broke through, was wide open, but Nate Sudfeld underthrew him.
Perfect. That's all I care about. So. I care about J-Mo updates and injury updates.
So
That's
negative media. They're practicing incomplete passes.
No. So 3 o'clock, we got to have a conversation about Mel Tucker. Now, Wolverines can participate. I don't know how much I care about your opinion, but we'll allow it. But we're going to have a conversation because, look, we talk a lot about how this is such an important year for the Lions, how it's that put up or shut up phase where you validate or invalidate the things we've been talking about. I think a lot of that is the same for Mel Tucker, and we're going to talk about it at 3 because it's one of the, in preparing for college football and doing all the previews I'm doing for the podcast, it's this idea of there might be a fatal flaw to this. And we're going to get to it at 3 and see where people are at. But I wanted to start with this, and it's very relevant. Yesterday with Jim Price passing away, you know, Jim Price would, I think you give credit because he would always shoot you straight.
Yep.
Okay? No one is asking anyone who works for the team to offer ad hominem attacks or have the creative latitude that people like us have. But calling it straight is a dying art in this business. And I think our radio team has done a pretty damn good job of that over the years versus TV, which does a deplorable job of it. But it's interesting because we had a situation in baseball with the Orioles and their lead broadcaster, Kevin Brown, who's very good. Younger guy, very good. And it was one of the most bizarre suspensions you've ever seen. Now, the Orioles are having a great year. Camden is packed. Yeah. And they go into Tampa Bay and win a few games, and there's a graphic on the screen on the television broadcast about how they won more games in Tampa this year, or this series, than they'd won in the previous, 3 or 4 years.
Right.
Kevin Brown reads the graphic. Kevin Brown is then suspended by the team because apparently that was too negative. Yeah. So Rico and I looked at this, and we wanted to get to it yesterday, but you guys really launched the Lions thing to the moon, which is great. But Jim Price, being someone who called it pretty straight, that is disappearing.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know from you guys, how do you want your announcing teams to talk about your teams? We know how Michigan fans want it. You guys want to be pleasured. I mean, you just want to play footsies. You want Gus Johnson with an erection talking about your team. You need Joel Klatt with no blood in his legs talking about your team. That's what you want. I don't want that. I like it when broadcasters go after the team they're calling when it's appropriate.
But see, here's the thing. When Kevin Brown did this, Mike, I immediately was like, I thought he had a meltdown on the air because he got suspended. And then as a matter of fact, David, instead of explaining it, let's play it for
we have the audio.
Let's
Tremendous.
Play it for
That's what the man was suspended for. Talk about having a mic
Talk about
on.
being respectful. I mean, at that point, I'm like, okay, that wasn't the meltdown. I thought he just lost it on the air. I thought maybe it was a hot mic type of thing.
Did he go Oakland A's?
Right. Like, so he had to say more, right?
The Orioles are getting shredded. Announcers across the league have gone on and publicly supported this guy. He's going to be reinstated. But I really wanted to know from the people. Because to me, we don't need watching a broadcast. It's not about being negative. If a team is bad, say it. If a team's effort is lacking, say it. If a player needs to pick it up, just say it.
Right.
Base running blunder, say it.
Because we all see it happening. So you might as well don't ignore it and say all is well. But,
Or is that what people want? Because I will tell you where we're at in this country. It's tell me I'm pretty or you're an idiot.
And I think that you're right. That's what people want. They want to hear this is a great team. There's no flaws. And any flaws that you have can be worked out. We're going to be good. Accentuate the positive. It's so much so that, yeah, as you said, if you look at it now, I mean, you got different networks for different people because you only want to hear certain things. You don't want to hear the truth. And I don't think many fans, I mean, what this man did was ridiculous. With the Orioles, honestly, somebody up the top.
John Angelo should be embarrassed. I mean, that is as thin-skinned as it gets.
Right.
Come on, man. The Kevin Brown didn't do anything wrong, but I'm asking you guys. Look, it's no secret. I mean, yes, I work at this radio station. If I didn't like our play-by-play team, I'd tell you, but I do. And Dan and Jim, for years, gave it to you pretty honest. Okay? The TV side does not do that. The TV side is North Korea. It's crazy when you watch the Tigers.
But, I mean, maybe some people want
And that's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Because in the end, none of this is catered to me. None of it. I could basically mute all games at this point in my career, watch them, do my job. I don't need any of it. I know it's not catered to me. I want to know what people want. Like, do you like it when it's just everything is awesome theater? Is that what you want out of your play-by-play team? Or, and by the fact, I mean, again, Dan and Jim were together for 24 years. Do you like a little bit of honesty?
Yeah.
Where it's okay to say, you know what, team's got to pick it up.
Yep.
There's a difference between that. No one is asking anyone to go in the booth and be like, this guy's an idiot. Right. No, that's a little different. Right. That's our job.
Well, I'm about to say you leave that from 2 to 6.
That's
but
right.
On the field, you know what? This team's going through a losing streak. They're playing bad. They're poorly managed. They're making blunders on the base path.
You have to
or
talk
whatever.
About it.
Right. You can't ignore the problem. It doesn't mean you got to make it personal, but you're saying exactly what the people are saying.
So then why do the networks think we want it a different way?
Because it's probably we're paying all of this money. Tell me I'm pretty. Tell me I'm special because I'm writing your checks. So I don't want to hear anything bad. Even if the team is bad, I don't want to hear about it. I think that's a horrible business model because now your announcers are afraid to speak the truth and they just have to pander and make up things. And now they sound disingenuous. They're undermining their own credibility all for a paycheck.
Hell, watch a Pistons broadcast. It's the very definition of it. I didn't like what I heard on the radio today. Oh, what? Honesty, Greg? I can't stand it. Team won 14 games last year. I mean, get out. It's the truth.
Mike,
everything's not awesome.
It's not.
They haven't won a playoff game in 15 years. Stop telling me it's awesome. Not you. No. You haven't personally not won a playoff game. I'm saying.
But to some people, you get the mandate saying, hey, guys, I don't want to hear this about the team. Come up with something to make people want to watch the team.
Well, we talked about this. Like, for Tigers broadcasts on television, that players only was the best. That was the best version of it.
It was.
At least be irreverent if you know the team's bad. Right. Have a good time, bust balls, laugh.
Yeah.
You want to take some focus off the field, it's fine. What I don't need is
the breakdown of the exit velocities.
What scares me, let's talk about that slider. I just, with Kevin Brown getting suspended, it is a huge concern because it's like the teams and their media providers are, and again, we are a flagship for these teams, but I do my job. That's it. Right. For years. I mean, having it out with the Lions, it was simple. Win more. It will solve everything. You don't have to. I always tell this. You don't have to like me. I don't like you. I don't care. Win games. I don't have any friends down there, and I'm the one going, they're winning this division and they're winning a playoff game.
Right.
There's no agenda with me.
No. But see, here's the thing. Because you tell things how it is, when you say good things, we may be onto something here because this guy would tell us if we were bad. But if you're constantly saying that you're pretty and you're great,
right,
it's disingenuous. But you're correct. It's like, like I said, I remember when they were like, hey, you're going to be doing Lions post games. I was like, you really want me to do the Lions post game?
It's like the boy who cried wolf. You're right, Rico. If they're always telling me that this is good and this is good, how do I know when it's really good? How do I
Correct.
know when a player's really that good when you told me every player's good?
Right. And that's just it. It's because now you could be objective because you could talk about, well, this is not so good, but I think that if you just change this and change that, then maybe.
Well,
It's like last year, Mike, when we talked about, you know what? When people were calling here, not us, saying Aiden Hutchinson was a bust. Guys, he's not a bust, but maybe if they move him to the weak side and play him the way they did at Michigan, you'll get a lot more out of him.
Or you just say, dude's got to play better. Wow. Oh, my God. Crazy. No, it's just, I'll give you another example. College football is really at a point I find a lot of the broadcasts hard to watch. And no, it's not just about your school, guys. I'm saying in general, you watch an Alabama game, and the network broadcasting it is bought and paid for by the SEC, and nobody wants to critique Nick Saban. How about the reality? Nick Saban and this Alabama team do not have any wide receivers. Nobody said it. Hey, Nick Saban's O-line, not great, Bob. Not great.
Especially in
Nick
that
Saban's
Texas
team
game.
last year should have lost 5 games. But it's like, can someone just say it? Someone, anyone.
Yeah, and there's a difference between if it's a school broadcast versus
Correct.
if it's ESPN, Fox, or CBS.
Right.
That was the wrong one.
All right, then I guess I didn't make a good point.
That really?
No,
that was-
David, you made a good
What
point.
am I looking for here? Oh, well, I'll find it. I had Doug telling you to bleep yourself. I got that somewhere on the fun box. All right, 248-539-9797. Kevin Brown's wacky suspension with the Orioles. He's going to be back. The Orioles look like idiots. We played the audio. But it brings up the question, how do you want your sports?
And if you're Baltimore, I wonder, how do you walk this back?
You don't.
We made a mistake.
You say we're a collection of idiots. Kevin's back in the booth Friday. We'll talk to you later. Then you send the guy a bottle of bubbles, and you say, welcome back.
Fair enough.
What are you going to do? You're not walking back from it.
Right,
Just
but
say
it's-
it. Hey, oops. I would love to see a team one time just send a press release that goes, our bad.
Yep.
Oops, we effed up.
2 words, our bad.
We'll see you Friday night at the park against the Rays.
Team letterhead at the top, just oops underneath.
From the desk of
letters.
John Angelos. Oops, my bad. I had a bad day and I suspended our idiot broadcaster.
You know what? Honestly, I would respect him more.
Just something.
I would respect him more to say, yeah, I screwed this up. That's on me. He did nothing.
We'll get to you, the people, next. We got college football at 3. Ready to roll on a Wednesday, 97.1.